sound assortment. And yeah, first up I have this little tree. But technically, I only really have one vinyl that I cared about, in a sense. So let me explain. So basically, this is my cognitive psychology class, and I've done well the whole class. For the first exam, I got a 28 out of 30, so it's like a 93%. And the second exam, I got a, what was it? 28 out of 28. Yeah, it's 100%. And then I just took my third exam. I know, and there's something that I want to rant about in terms of that exam, because usually the study guides align perfectly with our exams. Like everything that's present on the study guide will be on the exam. However, this time around, it was very different in a sense. Like, yeah, there was things that were from the study guide, but there was also things that weren't implied there. So it kind of really threw me off, and I know I got some questions wrong this time, unfortunately. But I was an academic weapon for the whole semester, so I only really needed like 56% on the entire exam to pass the class with an A. So we did it. We passed it with an A. That's all I know. But I don't know. I just found it very ugly, if I'm being quite honest, because like they were so consistent with everything on the study guide being on the exam, but this time there was just more to it. Or I don't know, maybe there was just too much pressure that was put on me and I blanked or something. Okay, so there's that. Let me get another trigger and then we'll talk some more. We can. So, next up, technically my last exam is in 2 days, which is on Thursday, the 12th of December. I don't know when this is going up. Maybe I already took it or not. But basically, so it is an exam that is taken through Lockdown Browser. If you don't know what that is, it's basically to ensure that you don't open any other tabs and you're stuck only on the exam. And so, going back, we had 3 exams. This is our third one. It only counts for 10% of our grade, and the other 2 exams count for 15. So, the first 2 were 7.5% each, and this one's 10. And I have like a 99, so you know it won't affect it that much. If I get a 0, like I'll still pass with an 8. Point being, so the first exam, it stated that it was going to be closed notes, but it ended up being open notes, like everything, as long as you don't use like the internet or like open notes in terms of like lecture slides and blah blah blah. And then the second time around, it was closed notes, and then the third time he stated in an announcement that it was going to be notes, but they have to be written down on paper. But however, you technically could take it wherever, like you don't have to be in class. And I say this because for the first exam, I was like, like I have to go, blah blah blah. There was nothing that made sure you were there. He didn't take attendance. There was no like entry code or something to the exam. So I don't know. So I might take it like right outside of the class, mainly because I hate when people like leave, because like once one person leaves, everyone just wants to get up and leave too, So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully everything's fine. It doesn't seem too hard. I think like the modules it's focused on is like social media and like something else. But the course is computer science engineering, so of course it's not just like, oh, what's this application, But let me get this next. This is my pack of gum, obviously. So I've gone through these a lot these past few days, but honestly, I've found that it kind of discourages me and doesn't encourage me to keep going. Like I'm just like chewing my gum, like staring at my work. So yeah. And then I have some other assignments, which are kind of like projects. They aren't really exams, so I just have the exam I took today, and then the one that I talked about previously, which is done on Thursday. And then I have 2 art projects for 2 other courses, like one for each course, but it's the same professor, so it's kind of like the same overall thing, but different art pieces each, just to go with the topic that I chose, like to resemble it, you know. So there's that, and then I need to create an art label. And there was a whole situation that I was going through where no one knew what we needed to write. Like I thought it was just a caption, and then my TA said we needed to include like relevant theories and research and citations, and I was like, I don't think so, because in the slideshows the professor posted, it just stated it needed an art label. So, you know, and then they eventually got back to me that it just needed to include the name and the caption art label thing. So I was like, okay, so that takes a lot of weight off my back. But aside from that, let's see, I apologize for any door slamming. I'm still in a dorm, you know. And then my last project for this semester is technically done in a way. Let me get another trigger. I have them on my desk. Okay. So basically, we were put into groups, or we chose our own groups, and me not talking to people, I was like, and okay, so let's just tell the story really quickly. So this was a time when we have labs, and during the labs is when we do individual lab assignments and also group labs. But towards the start is when we had to choose our group labs, like our group members for our group labs. But our TA got sick, so we did a Zoom call, and then they were like, if you don't have a group, reach out to someone who has a group or like something. And I recall someone stating like, oh hey, like we need some people in our group, blah blah blah. I messaged them, cool. And we were a group, and then blah blah blah. We did some assignments. I ended up being the group manager, so it's like I'm kind of like in charge of like turning things in, making sure like, you know, what a manager would do. But there were some people that it's not that I didn't like, but I just didn't like their work ethic, because we'd get these assigned, let's say, on a Monday or Tuesday, and it would be due until the following Sunday. And they wouldn't do their work in time, like they do it to like last minute. And I was like, you know, like, I'm not gonna turn it in whenever you're ready, you know? Like, we should have a set deadline in order for our TA to go over it, and we can get a perfect grade on it, instead of just like, oh, what we get, you know? And that's something that I absolutely despise in like university, is group work. Like, I know I'm capable of doing my own individual work and even doing the work for everyone, but I don't trust other people to put in the same effort that I do, you know? It seems that there's a dog. I do apologize. I don't know why she has it. You're literally not allowed to have a dog. If it's not a service animal, that does not look like a service animal. let's say me and my 2 other crew members finished, and there was just one more. I apologize for that dog. Point being, so there's 4 crew members, me and 3 other people, and 3 of us would finish, but one person would always be so late, like they would be the last, and then I'd go to the TA and they'd be like, it looks perfect, we just need the last person. And so I'd be like, oh, the TA said it looks good, just that we're missing one person. It's like, so, you know. And then they'd always respond and be like, oh yeah, like I'll do it right now. And then here comes that dog again, ready to fight someone. Like, why do you have a dog? That's weird. Anyways, so there's that. And then our main final thing that we were all working towards was coding our website. So we found research, we blah blah blah. Everything was done in order for us to have the experience and the like resources that we need in order to create and code our website. But of course, only one person can code the website because you can't have multiple access to coding. At least we didn't know how, so I was like, I'll do it. Like, I don't trust you. I didn't say that, but so I was like, I'll do it. And basically what they did is that they sent me their coding, but it was just the paragraph, like the text form. And I was like, this is everything that was on our research paper. Like, what? Like, I could have done that myself, copy paste it, just put the things and then a P, you know, so it would show up. So basically our website is technically finished. We needed to add like bylines to like show who worked on each page. And so it's like I put their name for their pages, and then mine for my page, obviously, and then I ended up doing the homepage by myself. I added stuff like the overall gist of what it was. I added some graphics, some images, blah blah blah. I made it look appealing and like an actual homepage that looked good. And then for my individual page, I also added like, let me get another trigger. I realize I've just been talking. I also added like, what's it called? Like, as I said, like animations and images and